Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Anna and I'm mainly doing beauty and fashion videos here on my channel. So if you're interested to join our little family, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. And today I want to do a really exciting video. I got a foundation which is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. And this foundation is super hyped. I found so many videos online where people rave about the foundation, how great it is. And I had this foundation in my drawer over there for a couple of months now. As you can see, the foundation is barely used at all. I used it like 5 times, so you can kind of see on the pump. But I never really gave it a lot of love, like how it does perform with my products or anything like that. I just wore it a couple of times and it kind of, you know how it happens, it just goes into your drawer and you kind of forget about it. But today I want to do a full-on review on this foundation, and I also want to try it with my go-to face products and see how they layer on top. So first of all, it is a drugstore foundation, so you'll find it super cheap online. It was between like £6 and £8 depending on the store. In the US it is $11, and then it claims to be a medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling, and it has hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil. I mean, that sounds pretty good, I think. It's available in 18 shades, so it's quite a big range, and it is rated to be one of the best covering foundations and super long lasting, and you can also build it up in areas where you need a little bit of extra coverage, which is great because I just have a breakout over here and we're gonna test it on this breakout as well. So I would say without further ado, let's jump right into it and try out the foundation. I thought I'm gonna do one side with my beauty blender and then I'll do the other side with a brush. I just have one pump taken onto my hand, and let's see how it applies. Oh wow, yeah, that's really thick. I do remember, like, the last time I used it is a while ago, and I do remember it to be like really thick, but I don't remember it to be that thick. Yeah, it feels very heavy. Like, that's not medium coverage, that's like pretty full coverage. I think just with one pump here, it did cover up pretty much everything. I just try to work it in a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see, but I feel like because it is such a thick consistency, the brush kind of like moves the product around a lot, and you can kind of see the brush strokes as well. Also, I didn't apply any primer or anything underneath. I just wanted to see how the product performs by itself. Okay, I just had a close-up look, and you can definitely see with the brush how it like dragged around the product, moved around the product. Not sure if I like that too much, to be honest. It is like very thick, very sticky. It feels quite heavy on your skin. At least I feel like I have foundation on, and I don't always like this feeling. And I can also tell, like, especially in like the fine lines around here and also under my eyes, I kind of feel like they show up, they crease a little bit. So yeah, that is the first side applied. Let's apply the second side with the beauty blender. You can see I just had a fresh pump here, how yellow it is, and then underneath here where the foundation from before just dried, it kind of got pink a little bit, so it did already start to oxidize. Okay, let's try with the beauty blender. Oh wow, that's pretty intense. I find it a little bit hard to move the product around with the beauty blender. I feel like it dries down very quickly, so you have to move it very fast. And then to get it into like, kind of like here, the inside of the nose and under your eyes, you have to be really quickly. But it did cover up most of my spots around here. You can kind of see like a tiny bit of redness peeking through here and there, which is alright. That's why I have concealer. You don't need to cover everything up with foundation. But again, I can just tell I have foundation on. It is quite heavy on my skin. If you have a close-up look, I think you can just really see the texture of your skin coming through on both sides, both with the brush and the beauty blender. You just see that you have foundation on pretty much. If you want to have a natural skin or like a natural look, this foundation does not give that to you. So you can kind of see like around here and then also under the eyes. You can just see the texture of the skin a lot. So yeah, those are both sides applied. I would definitely say try to use a beauty blender if you can, or at least use a brush and then blend it in with the beauty blender afterwards to get it a bit more natural looking. The overall feeling, I feel like I have a mask on pretty much, but to be fair, it is a full coverage foundation. Like, it pretty much covered everything up I had on my skin. All the redness is gone, most of my breakout is covered up, which is brilliant, but it does go into my fine lines and it does show skin texture as well. So if you have dry skin, I don't think you would like this foundation. Even though it says it is a hydrating foundation, I'm not sure if I would sign that off. But let's try and apply some products on top. I do have a couple of powders and creams to try like different textures, so let's see how they perform. So first of all, I'm going to use a concealer, which is the Infallible concealer from L'Oreal. It again is a very high coverage concealer, but I just want to make sure that my little spots I have are covered up. And I also want to try to apply the concealer under my eyes to see if it would be too much product to layer a concealer on top of a foundation. I actually think the concealer really helped with my under eyes right now. It kind of smoothed them out a little bit. I liked it. The concealer applied really nicely on top, even though it is a thick concealer on top of a thick foundation. That worked out very nice. And then for my bronzer, I'm gonna apply the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, which is an all-time favorite of mine. It actually applied really nice. I think the sticky foundation kind of like brought out a lot of color, so the bronzer seems to be super intense. It normally isn't that intense. And then for my blush, I want to try a cream product, and I got out the Take a Layer 3CE Multi-Pot, and I have this orangey shade here. And I'm just gonna use a synthetic brush from Real Techniques, and I want to see if the product works and layers really nicely on top, or if the foundation moves around underneath. I'm super happy with how the products apply on top. Nothing moved around, it applied super easily, it blended out super easily. None of the coverage that I applied around here because of my breakout disappeared, so everything is still in place. And then finally, just to finish off the look, I have a highlighter to go on top. And just a tiny bit of lipstick to finish everything off. So before I apply any powder on top, I quickly want to show you a bit more up close how it looks now with all the products on top. So it is definitely a medium to more full coverage foundation, I would say. And you can see that you wear foundation, so it is not a natural looking foundation. It is something that you can see, you have foundation on, but it does cover up everything so nicely, and every product on top applied beautifully. It blended really nicely as well, which I really like. And it does look really dewy as well, so I do give it to the foundation that it does look hydrating. I'm not sure if it feels hydrating, because it does go into the smile line. So if I smile, I can already see the foundation kind of creeping in, and I also can see it a little bit under my eyes as well. But I just think I need a little bit of powder to kind of like powder those areas down to stop it to crease even more and like move even more into my fine lines. But other than that, I think it looks really pretty. I really like it. What do you think? Okay, but to finish off now, I'm gonna use a little bit of powder. I think the foundation needs a bit of powder to just set everything into place, and just especially applied on the T-zone, but then also I kind of like squeeze my brush together a little bit and then applied on those areas where it starts to crease already, so under my eyes, and then also everywhere else where I pretty much have fine lines. So this is the finished and applied look. What do I say about the foundation? I would say my top points are, it is very covering, but for being that covering, you do feel you have foundation on, but it is not as heavy as other high coverage foundations. It does give you quite a nice and like dewy look, which I really like. It layers really nicely, so you can put like layers on top of each other. Products go really nice on top. And I would say the negative points about it is that you can see that you wear foundation. So you do see the creases in your fine lines, you see the wrinkles, and you just see the texture of the skin quite a lot. But for me, for an everyday foundation, it is just a little bit too much. But I do understand that there are loads of people out there that actually really liked it. So I do understand why people love this foundation so much and why they rate it so highly. And other than that, that is everything for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!